A desert planet with twin suns.
Why do I sense we've picked up another pathetic life form?
Use my knowledge. Much to learn. You still have.
Welcome back to Twin Sun Talks, folks. I'm your host, Jonah Liu. Thank you so much for listening. This is a housekeeping episode. I don't feel like I can do a full episode. I don't want y'all to have to listen to me do a full episode sounding like this. But I just wanted to do a check-in for my podcast, for my brand, for anything that you might interact with me for, and just give y'all kind of an update on where I am as far as this whole content creation thing goes and where I'm trying to take it in the future. So, first of all, I don't know how many of y'all came to me because you wanted a Star Wars podcast or you saw my reels or shorts out there somewhere. I'm sure it's a pretty solid mix. Either way, happy to have you, but y'all probably noticed that I haven't been making too many reels and or shorts recently, and that's because I'm a junior in college. I am extremely busy and extremely exhausted more often than not, and I try very hard to provide as much content as I can, but at the end of the day, the bread and butter of my content creation platform is the podcast. So that's what I'm trying to focus in on. If I can't allocate my resources elsewhere, that's the one thing that I want to be able to put out consistently. That being said, recently I have not had the motivation or energy to put out reels and stuff like that for a couple reasons. One, it takes time and it takes a certain level of motivation that I just have not had. And for another, the algorithms on YouTube and Instagram have been super, super frustrating. And while I did see a lot of great growth, I just wasn't seeing reciprocal engagement. At least that was conducive to the amount of effort that I was putting in. So I got pretty discouraged and I got out of the habit of doing it. I really hope that I can start making more content like that soon, maybe next week after a big exam is done. But of course, I said that I was going to start doing it this weekend, and then I had some car trouble. I got sick, as you can hear. And so for all those reasons, I haven't been making as much of that sort of visual content, but I want to get back into it because it was very fun for me to make. But A, I was very discouraged, and B, I've started getting very busy. I had a lot more time to make content over the summer. So if you've been missing that, I apologize. I'll try to get back into it soon. If you want to check out some of the old stuff that I made, go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Twin Sun Talks or subscribe on YouTube. And go back, and I've got some good stuff from over the summer if you look on YouTube at Twin Sun Talks Podcast. But that being said, I'm really trying to get some cool guests on in the future, some other content creators, so that we can have some really solid Star Wars discussions. As much as I love having my friends on, and I will continue to have just my friends on to talk about Star Wars and my ability to speak, I think that there's a lot of merit to having other content creators on so that we can kind of mutually benefit from crossing over to other people's platforms. And also just for the sake of having good, solid Star Wars conversations. I think for both of those reasons, it'll be very solid. And that being said, I'm not slowing down anytime soon. I'm trying a few different things right now. I'm trying the boot camp, which people have seemed pretty receptive to. People also responded well to my Anakin deep dive when I went in depth into his turn to the dark side. So I'll try to do more stuff like that. But overall, I'm feeling very encouraged. I'm loving Andor. I'm really excited for Tales of the Jedi next week. I think that Star Wars is in a great spot, and I think that the podcast is in a great spot. I've seen a lot of growth in the amount of reach I've been getting recently, which is super encouraging. And yeah, if I could ask anything of my listeners, it's please share this. Please thumbs up on whatever podcast or whatever platform you're on. 5 stars, thumbs up, write a positive comment. Anything really, really helps. and share it with people. That's the biggest compliment you could give me, is to share it with someone who you think would enjoy it or you think could benefit from it, from learning more about Star Wars, even if it's just one episode. Sharing this podcast with other people is one of the best things that you could do for me as a creator. So if that's something that you feel that you're justified in doing, I would be so honored to be able to have that sort of impact on your life and someone close to you. But that being said, I don't really have much else. I meant to talk about Force Ghosts and stuff, but I'm realizing, I decided that I didn't want y'all to have to listen to me talk like this while talking about something like that, because I do think that it's a very fascinating topic, and I want to be able to be on the top of my game whenever I do that. So, that being said, if you ever have any questions for me, any comments about something that I missed, or corrections, feel free to email me, twinsuntalks@gmail.com, or DM me on Instagram at twinsuntalks, and I'll feature you in my incoming transmission segment. I haven't had anyone that's actually, I have had very few people that have actually messaged me about stuff like that. And so I would love to do that more regularly if that's something that y'all would desire. And so I just want to throw that out to new people, that is something that I technically do, but I just don't have many people that that message me. So if you want to do that, feel free. That being said, that's about all that I have, but I'm going to do a more, because it wouldn't be a proper episode if I didn't leave you with just a little bit more, but I'm going to read some Rank of Master questions, because that's what I do for these shorter episodes. So if anyone is listening and you have, you might come on the podcast eventually, lucky you, because you're about to get some free answers. So with that, let's head into more. I'm just going to read 2 this time, because I can't remember which ones I've already read, and I don't want to give too many of them away. But that being said, if I do repeat them, then sucks to suck. I know that some of y'all write them down. Shout out to my roommate, John. But that being said, the 2 that I'm going to give y'all today are, let's see. The official name of the Separatist Alliance in the Clone Wars is the Confederacy of Independent Systems. And let's see. The name of Bail Organa's wife is Brea. Brea, spelled Breha. So that's about all that I have for you. Thank you for listening this long. If you have, I'll be reviewing Andor tomorrow. Hopefully I'll sound better, but chances are probably not. That being said, yeah, I hope y'all have a great night. Sorry for the late post, but I've been dealing with sickness and stress recently, so we're just kind of moving right along. But that being said, you've taken your first steps into a larger world. May the Force be with you, and I will see y'all in the next episode. Bye, friends.